Ooh.
What's up, guys?
Hi.
Let's see how we look on Instagram. How my internet look, Brenda? Do I look all right?
Yes, I really feel like it was just when you try to go live through Insta.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, I think we're cut off on Insta.
Are we?
Maybe it's just my view. Can y'all on Instagram? Can y'all
Oh
see?
no, we are definitely cut off. We are definitely cut off. Let's see.
What if I like move my head in the middle?
Nope. I'm trying to see. We gonna fix it,
Oh,
y'all.
that's a little bit better.
To the zoom in was better.
I mean, not really.
No, that was terrible.
But hi, everybody.
Hi guys. Insta jumping on too. Okay, we're gonna fix this layout. Hold on.
Let's tickle.
Let's do this. I think I got it. We hope.
Yes, I really feel like. Oops.
Let's see, guys.
Hello, hello.
Good evening. Good evening. Let's see the comments. Yep, that's not gonna work. Playing with these things, guys. We're trying to make it work on Insta, but it's not. So let's do this. Here we go. Going live from the thing.
We get so close.
So close. Y'all still come on in. I see y'all coming in. This is the Will Booked Up Book Club discussion, guys. And we are going to have a little check in, see where y'all are with the book. We've been reading How's Your Soul, Pastor Judah Smith.
So good. So while we figure out on Insta, the display on Insta, let's see where you guys at in the book. I'm gonna test you guys. Where are you in the book? Are you even reading the book?
Are y'all reading the book? Or are
That's
we
a
just
great
wasting
question.
our time? Y'all tell us. Tell us.
Are you reading the book?
All right, let's do this. We're going to go live from the phone. I know y'all say my phone is janky, but
It's the best we got today.
find out. We certainly gonna find out. Hold on 1 second.
I'm still waiting. Facebook, YouTube, even Insta. Tell us where you are in the book. Because we got a lot to talk about today. But not too much.
Not too much, cause we not gonna baby y'all.
Mm-hmm.
957. Okay, y'all. It think I'm hacking into the wheel, and I'm not. We're gonna go live, and then Raina just accept the live.
Did it pop up?
That's it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Clean my camera off. Y'all not gonna be talking about me. All right.
Listen.
Checking the connection. Let's see. Get on there first, Brandon. Tell me how we look.
Okay, wait. It says it's still on the StreamYard, so I'm waiting.
What you mean?
It says the wheel is still live with the on the streamer. Oh, there it goes. Okay, I can see you.
Okay. Am I
Yep.
blurry?
Nope, it might be this new good Wi-Fi you got.
I got some good Wi-Fi now, y'all.
Yes.
Okay, we back on Insta, we on Facebook, we on YouTube. You know, this 2-panel view is not, Instagram don't like it unless it's stacked, but y'all knew that. We just, we testing it out, we getting it right. Thank y'all for sticking with us. We appreciate y'all. We are here. I'm bringing Raina on. We are here to check in for the Will Booked Up Book Club, okay? And we are reading How's Your Soul by Pastor Judah Smith. Last month, we read Relational Intelligence by Dr. Darius Daniels. Both of them honestly work in tandem. They're really great reads, and I really, really, really hope you guys are following along with us. If you're not, that's okay. You can jump on whenever you want to, okay? Like, it's no stipulation for when you can jump on and when you can't. If you can catch up with us before we start March's book this Wednesday, great.
Okay.
If not, read at your own pace. Like, we're not babying y'all, we're not micromanaging y'all. Y'all just jump on when y'all want to jump on, okay? We just want to encourage you guys to read. Our bishop says you cannot lead if you do not read, right? And he is building a generation and developing a generation of leaders within TPH. Even if you're not a member of TPH and you just follow us, that's our goal, is to build a generation of leaders. We are, hello, Canaan, on Facebook. We are on How's Your Soul by Pastor Judah Smith. Now, March's book, let me pull it up because I don't wanna put it out no lies. Uh-oh.
Is that me?
It might be where my phone was positioned. So let me move my phone. Hold on, y'all.
Can you not mute? Like, my volume won't go all the way down.
Okay. Let me find March for you, Kanan. As I look for March, we're gonna get started on what we're on now, which is How's Your Soul, and I'm gonna let Raina, get the check-in going. Now, mind you, y'all, this is not a complete walkthrough. Last month, me and Elder Janice went through a complete walkthrough. We did everything. We pretty much read the book for you. Okay, you didn't have to read last month's book at all. Like, we gave it to you on a platter. But this month, we're really pushing you guys to read for yourselves. And we're just checking in with some points that really touched us. We encourage you to drop whatever points touched you all in the chat. We're responding to comments. Anybody want to come on and join the conversation, you're more than welcome. We give you a funeral 2 minutes, and then we boot you off. Now, you ain't gonna stay out here and try to preach to the people, because that's not what this is. We just talking. We just having fun. We just having a little conversation, okay? So, Raina, I'm gonna go ahead and let you get started, and while I find March's book for Canaan Baker.
Yes. Okay, y'all. So, chapter 5. I love this chapter. Now, 5 and 6 probably best chapters in the book so far to me. But chapter 5 is love God, or is God love? So pretty much we get into how much we are obsessed with love. And so Pastor Judah says we are obsessed with love. Love is what life is all about, it seems. And our souls yearn and search and long to love. You said you hear an echo. Is it a bad echo? Can you live with it? And for me, who is someone who is a lover of love, like when I tell y'all I love love in every way, shape, or form, I love love. So when I heard this, I was like, okay, this chapter might really be for me. You said the echo is bad, or it's gone? Oh, it's gone. Okay. So the problem is that we claim to know that God is love, right? But then we always connect love to a person, it becomes like a concept. But if God is love and he's the definition of what love is, then why do we always put that pressure, put that explanation onto a concept of something, like, or a person? Like, my spouse is love, or, I love to shop. Like, why, if God is love, then why are we putting all of this onto another person or to another thing or something that is tangible? So to me, that was one of the big ones. And I think he says on page, now y'all, all our pages are going to be off because our iPads or books are different. So if I'm saying my page 85 might be your 90. Love might be the single greatest need of a human soul, but if we are honest, we are not entirely sure what it is. Is it chemistry, emotion, commitment, self-sacrifice, lust, passion, instinct, a choice, a philosophy, or a myth? What is love? Like, y'all put that in there for y'all, because somebody said there's no greater love than God. But what else do you equate love with? Is it just God?
So I have a question.
Oh, I love questions.
Because he states that, we're not sure what love is. And I think you just touched on that a little bit. Like, we do overuse it, just like we overuse friend.
Mm-hmm.
And we overuse, oh my God, that's my friend. Oh my God, I love you. Like, do you? Like, what is, and he asks, is it chemistry? Is it an emotion? Is it commitment?
Mm-hmm.
Is it self-sacrifice? Is it lust? Is it passion? Instinct? A choice? A philosophy? A myth? What is love?
Is there really a standard definition for what it is?
We have a comment that says love is an action word. Love also has levels to it.
Mm-hmm.
What are those levels, though? Let's talk about those levels, because if God is love, right? And he says to love unconditionally, why do we have levels to love?
Mm-hmm.
Because unconditional says no matter what. Level says I'm gonna love you right here and I'm gonna love you up here. So what is love? What is it? Go ahead, Raina. I digress.
I mean, I actually want to see if somebody can answer that. Like, I mean, Kanan put out a really good point. There is levels. Like, I'm not gonna love. Unfortunately, I'm human, and I am not perfect. And so, please do not crucify me for this statement. But I am not gonna love a stranger off the street like I'm gonna love my best friend.
But why?
Okay, so
we are human.
The internal
is playing devil's advocate here.
Yeah. So the thing is like, okay, if I say a stranger off the street, I don't know you. Like, I don't know your intention. I don't know who you are. But should my love be equated for how you treat me? Ooh, that's deep. Okay, we'll wait.
That is deep. But devil's advocate here, tapping into Wednesday devotions on Wednesday morning. Mm-hmm. We're supposed to love our neighbors as we love ourselves. It doesn't say know your neighbor as you know yourself. It says love
them. I mean, y'all, this one gets me every time because I want to be that selfless, right? So then here's the thing, that life happens. And now when we were kids, I loved everybody. I loved a man walking down the street, the postman. I loved the guy at the mall that walked fast. You love everybody equally because there's no experience in life that makes you say, I'm gonna keep my distance. I ain't gonna, you hurt me or something, I don't know you. I don't talk to strangers. Strangers are stranger danger. I can't love you because you might hurt me. Their experiences in life have taught you that you can't love everybody. But in reality, we are supposed to. And then
in reality. But we digress.
Because we could go on that one forever. So then he says, so he goes to the scripture, love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. And he kind of goes into the different things of like what it means to bear, to believe, to have hope, and to endure. And I'm not going to tell y'all what he says because I want y'all to go read it. Or if you read it, tell us what those meant to you. But what I will say is, can we bear all? The big word for me was all. Can I really bear all things, believe all things? Like, love does that. Love bears it all, believes it all, and hopes it all, endures it all. But me personally, am I able to do that? All things? Like, I struggle with that.
He says love is a lifestyle. Woo. He says love is practical. It's something that you live and walk and talk. It does not just make for good sermons. Love makes for good living.
So then it's like, are we loving like Jesus?
No. The answer is no. We're not. I mean,
no.
Hey Ronald, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. No, we're not. We can strive to.
Mm-hmm.
I think we strive to. I'm not going to discredit anybody really, really trying, but the reality is, I don't think that we're capable of loving just like him, because we have this thing that he gave us called free will, which means we make decisions based on our emotions a lot of times. And our emotions are so deceitful. I don't know who said that. Was that Dr. Daniels or Pastor Smith? One of them said that in one of their books. Our emotions deceive us every time. And we make impulse decisions, impulse statements, say and do things that is not like Christ at all. Put it this way. You may be trying to love like Jesus, but I'm just give you a scenario. Okay? You are betrayed by your own people. Your own people try to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
They do kill you. They successfully kill you. And when you come back from the dead, a lot of us is going to try to get revenge. We're not coming back from the dead like, I still love them. They had to do that so I could do this. Like, our finite understanding wouldn't, I don't know. I feel like Jesus commands us to love like him, knowing good and well we are not capable because we're human. I don't know. I could be wrong. Somebody can jump in.
Yeah, I mean, like, do y'all feel like it's possible? Somebody says, Shelly on YouTube said, yes, it's a lifestyle, but we do need to seek forgiveness every day.
And do we? Is the question. Do we?
I mean, if we're being honest, no, because do we really see fault in how we're feeling or what we think?
No. Half the time I'm like, oh, and I should have said this. I'm trying to add on to it.
Yeah, and it's really like once somebody does you wrong, there's so much love lost, right? There is so much that's like, you crossed me. What am I loving you for anymore? Why am I giving you that much grace to make that mistake and hurt me and then come back, forgive you, and be like, we cool. I still love you.
And that touches on what Bishop preached on Sunday. Well, his second installment. So 2 weeks ago, he preached Bruised Love, and this was part 2 this past Sunday. Bruised love. Like, it hurts sometimes to love people because of what we've gone through. You know, you hit your leg on the table, it's going to be a little hard to walk for a little while, and then you got this bruise on your leg, you know, and it just keeps hardening and hardening until finally it heals. But a lot of times we don't get to the healed part where our emotions are concerned. We only get to the healed part of our physical being. We don't take care of our heart and our emotions the same way we do a paper cut or any other kind of surgery, whatever it is. We don't take care of that part of us. Why is that? We're content with discontentment.
Ooh, that is tough.
That's
We are
wild.
content with discontentment. Y'all, I don't know how to get rid of the echo. If somebody want to tell me how to get rid of the echo, please let me know.
Maybe turn your volume down.
It's all the way down, but it won't go to like 0 on Insta for some reason. But that's okay.
Hey, Dr. Tubman. That's my boss, y'all. Hey.
Oh, there it is. I figured it out. No, I didn't.
Mm, mm,
Is that me?
mm. Turn your computer volume down.
You so smart.
That should help.
Okay, now I'm gonna hear you from my phone. Big bet.
Yeah, that should help.
Okay, but I want to go back because you said we are content with discontentment.
Mm-hmm.
But why? Like, what is it about life or anything that says we're okay with being content in discontentment?
I think it has to do with our inability to really uncover what Pastor Smith is talking about. Is God love or is love God? Our inability to really define what love is to us, like he went through is it lust? Is it
Mm-hmm.
emotion? Is it a philosophy? Is it a myth? Is it self-sacrifice? Like whatever your definition is for it, I don't necessarily think there's a right or wrong one, but I do believe that a lot of us, including me, have it wrong a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
We have it wrong because we all say, I love you, or I like you. When you don't feel like you love somebody, like I think I brought it up with Jamise, the last book. When married couples say sometimes you won't feel like you love them. You won't feel like it. So it's good to be friends because, at least you like them. A lot of married couples in the pandemic said, I'm glad I like you. And we just kind of glaze over what love really, really is.
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't you feel like you love them? Now, I'm not married yet. I'm engaged, soon to come, and I might feel that. So I'm not going to say that I won't. But why do we make statements like that when we are supposed to love unconditionally? No matter what. No matter getting on my last nerve, want to put them out the house, don't want to have nothing to do with them. I don't know. Maybe someone who is married can weigh in on that comment because I've heard that so many times from married couples. And trust me, shoot, it's gonna help me too. It's coming down the pipeline for me. But in the context of us talking about is God love or is love God, why do we gloss over the word love so much?
I kind of want to wait to see what somebody says because I feel like that's a big question. I'm gonna get
Yeah, I'm gonna give y'all some time to respond, but I'm gonna read some of the comments we have on Facebook and YouTube. So yes, God asks us to show the same forgiveness that He has shown us. It's hard, and that's why we have to depend on Him to help us divinely forgive through His Holy Spirit. We can't do that on our own. I've been there before. Listen, with the sigh. Listen, been there before.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Anybody on Insta?
Not yet.
Okay. We have when I'm done wrong, I feel bad for those who mistreat me because I know they'll have to go through rough seasons and reaping what they've sown. So I forgive them and pray for them. That is very mature. For those that are not quite there yet,
I'm not there yet.
for those that are not quite there yet, how did you get there, Trishelle? And Trishelle is on YouTube for those that are on Instagram and Facebook. Um, So true. I accept this, for he gave me life. Life. You can love like Jesus. I'm working on it. This is very transparent
Hmm.
and very honest discussion, y'all. I don't always love like Jesus.
No.
I don't. I don't.
And it's almost like, do I, and I mean, this is just me personally, and this is me being transparent. Do I really, not do I want to, but do I want to put that level of pressure on myself to love like him? Because how exhausting could that have, must that have been?
I feel like Jesus was tired frequently.
All the time.
I mean, he retreated for 40 days and 40 nights. Was like, I'm done with y'all. Like, I'm going into the wilderness. Don't nobody look for me. I'm going by myself. And there he was tempted.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. We have to move because, again, we are not going to babysit y'all on this book.
Not this whole
y'all need to read it yourselves. Go ahead, Raina. What's the next point?
I just want to do a pulse check. Is the audio better now that I muted the other device? So let me know if you still hear echo. I'm trying to figure it out, but if not, just let me know. But chapter 7, A Quiet Soul. Now, y'all, the chapter starts with, do you have anybody truly loud in your life?
Now, wait, A Quiet Soul is 6.
Oh, is that 6? Oh, sorry, yes. 6. Yes, sorry, 6.
And to answer her question, I'm the loud one.
Yes, y'all, because he points out a truly loud people can't whisper. Maybe you've noticed this truly loud people whisper, shout. I would like to introduce y'all to my best friend. I highlighted it just because it was about
wow. That's disrespectful right now. That is really disrespectful, actually.
But yeah, I mean, so this chapter really, really touches on the benefit of having a quiet soul. And I mean, like, I'm gonna give it away at some point, but it really is, what can we do in our lives to go cultivate a quiet soul? Not loud, not always moving at like a fast paced, or I think he said like a high velocity, because our culture and our world wants us to keep going, always be busy, always be doing something. And that's just not healthy. Sometimes we need a moment where we quiet our souls and have a moment where we're settled and we're able to take a break and relax. So I kind of want to open it. What can we do to cultivate a quiet soul? Go ahead.
Use your PTO.
You, just because I came for you, you gonna come for me.
I mean, I was not coming for you in this moment.
I felt it. I felt attacked.
But I mean, listen.
How many people got a lot of PTO? I want to poll, because I feel like we got a lot of people that don't always take vacation.
Listen, I'm gonna try my best to use all my hours.
Not trying to carry nothing.
But it's not the getaway from work. It's the quieting your soul piece. It's about you. It's not about them. I'm not frustrated with y'all. I'm not annoyed with my workload. I'm actually pretty light right now. But it's still something, my brain hasn't stopped moving. And if it keeps moving without me resetting, then we're going to have a catastrophe. And I'm going to run up on somebody without hitting my brakes. It's just going to be bad.
Yes.
So, yeah, I say use your PTO, but we're open to other suggestions.
So when we think about like what we're doing though, okay, so say I'm taking PTO. What am I doing in that moment that is feeding my soul? Like that I'm settling and I'm quiet and I'm health, like, you know, I'm working to becoming healthy. She said I use PTO today.
I know that's right.
I know that's right. Start your week off, okay? So I think that's where I get confused, because I will take PTO when. So here's the thing: I will take PTO when I feel like my soul can't, or my body can't take it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But what am I doing? So it's this new term in corporate. It's not new, but it's being resurfaced in that term burnout.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what am I doing to not get to burnout? But I feel like in order to get to burnout, I'm ignoring all of the symptoms from
All
my
the signs.
body and my soul.
Mm-hmm.
So what am I doing in the in between that is healthy habits?
Mm-hmm.
Not everything, guys. Healthy habits.
I think it goes back to what you touched on last week with there's no such thing as balance. And then I brought in the concept of harmony. Everything working together.
Mm-hmm.
We got Sapphire said over here, she just don't even think about nothing.
She
just
will cut off her
clear
phone.
her entire mind. I go to a place where I'm alone with no phone. That's actually really, really good. Now I will say it is hard for me. What's PTO? I hope you're being sarcastic, but if you're not, it's paid time off, which means you put hours in at work and you say, hey, I'm taking 8 hours. Do not call me. Do not text me. If you send me an email, I'm not responding to it. I'm doing what I want to do today. Okay. With no repercussion. And you're still going to pay me for it. That's PTO.
That's PTO.
Yes. But I think I forgot your question because I went off on a tangent. Oh God, what was your question?
Well, you were saying about balance and harmony.
Oh yeah, there's no such thing as balance, because balance, if you weren't on last week or 2 weeks ago, we talked about balance. Something is always going to be way more than the other, right? So work-life balance, it's not a thing. It doesn't exist, or at least it shouldn't. So now some people do have work-life balance. Something does weigh more than the other, and it shouldn't. It should work in tandem, work in harmony. And I use the example of an orchestra. Everybody is playing, but everybody is playing at the level in which they need to play for everything to sound good and work together, right? So I think that's the same thing that you have to do, where I use the analogy of PTO, but when you're taking PTO, okay, what's settling you? What settles your soul? I know Raina and I can watch Disney movies all day. What else? We eat popcorn, like literally doing nothing but something at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't know. What settles me is organizing things. I love organizing stuff. Like I'm in my office right now looking at stuff that I need to slide over, put away, move over here because it's driving me nuts. It's a wonder I made it on the live tonight. I've been getting my stuff together for the last 2 weeks, but that settles my soul. I took time off about a week ago to move into my new place. Like I needed the whole week. I couldn't just take a few days. Like I took the whole week off, right? And now I'm like, I've been moving nonstop. I feel like I need to take PTO again. Like I haven't sat down yet. While organization helps me, it wasn't the organization that I wanted to do. It was stuff that had to be done so I could walk and get into rooms that I needed to get into, right? So yeah, I don't know. I just that's me. I just I color. I do.
Yeah. I read books. Like y'all, I think reading for me, and see, here's the thing. These books are amazing. These are growth books, but I'm reading not like fiction books. Like I don't want to read about reality. I want to read about somebody else's reality. I want to take a step out of my life and everything that's in my head and concentrate on something almost figurative, but like, just something where I'm not comparing it to me. I'm not trying to grow myself. I'm just trying to get through a moment, get through, relax at the end of the day. So if you can find something that, kind of helps you relax. I will say he does say in one of these pages in chapter, I think we're on 6. If you want to have a calm, quiet soul, you have to recognize that you are not in control.
Mm. Mm.
Like literally, he has so many drops mics moment. Like I
Mm-hmm.
but to have a healthy, quiet soul, you have to recognize you are not in control. I don't even like, do I even say anything after that? It's just, how hard is it for us to relinquish control? I can't. I get so convicted reading this because I'm like, man, am I unhealthy? Is my soul unhealthy?
I feel like we are not healthy
Not
at
healthy at
all. Now I don't know if I'm saying your name right. Nastasia
all.
on YouTube said her soul rest was sleeping for an extra hour, adding to her vision board. She took time away from her phone and studied for her next certification. So she did things that just
Filled her.
quieted and settled her. You know, that's I think that's what it
I
is.
applause for you. Okay. And the thing is do we do things daily that help our souls maintain their level of healthiness or
Mm.
peace or whatever it is? Do we even recognize that our souls might be unhealthy on a day-to-day basis?
Dr. Anita Phillips, woo woo, she made a statement one time that said, self-care is not a day. It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
It's literally a lifestyle. So it's something you have to be intentional about. It's not going to get your nails done, going to get your hair done, going to get your feet done. That falls into the category, a subgroup of self-care. But self-care is not just a day. You have to take care of yourself regularly. So you don't need an isolated day
Mm-hmm.
to just go back to the chaos you tried to escape from. So I think if we prioritize self-care as a daily lifestyle, as a practice, that feeds into taking care of our soul and quieting our souls.
Mm-hmm. And
Yes, it's one of
Clinton
my
said
favorites as
it's a
well.
lifestyle change. It is not, I think it's something that you have to practice daily. Like you have to change your lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard. Like we're not saying that, catering to your soul or, having that harmony in life is not easy by any means, but you have to be intentional
Mm-hmm.
to do something for yourself daily, even if it's taking 5 minutes to just reflect and give yourself positive affirmations.
He says something. I'm sorry, and I'm gonna say
Go.
this because I have been saying this for a minute now. And I told my friends at one point in my life, like, if it's like bad and it'll trigger anxiety, don't even tell me. Tell me once it has calmed down, where there's nothing I feel like I need to do to make sure everything is okay. But he says here, the realization has never been more needed than in this age of instant information. I'm sorry, let me back up. Set lines and limits is that David was making a profound statement about how to have a calm and quiet soul. I can't know it all, and furthermore, I can't handle it all. So he says, I'm not advocating for being cold hearted or indifferent or ignorant. I'm all for staying in touch with current events, and we should allow our hearts to feel the pain of those around us. But I don't know if our souls have the capacity to comprehend and process all of the world's tragedies. I know God does, but I don't think that we do. We are stewards of our own souls by the grace of God, and we can set limits on what we listen to. Just because we can know something doesn't mean we should know it or that we should fret and fixate and focus on it. He goes on and on, but I'll use the example of um, the last unfortunate killing of a Black man recorded and put on social media. There were so many people watching that video. And I don't even think you all understand what it did to your soul, what it did to your spirit. Like, I refuse to watch it. I'm at the point now in my life where I know what I can handle. I can barely handle something smaller than that versus literally watching someone get beat to death. Like, y'all really, they say, the old folks used to tell us, guard your eye gates, guard your ear gates. That stuff is real. And it's not just demonic stuff that you have to guard yourself from. It's guarding your soul from taking in what you can't necessarily handle or comprehend. That's real life.
And it's not just social media, y'all. It's also what we're watching on TV.
Mm-hmm.
I don't watch all. What was the movie that came out on YouTube? Sandra Bullock, and it was like,
oh, the Blonde. Yeah, I didn't watch that. I didn't watch that either.
I never watched that because I felt like the way social media was talking about it, I was like, I know that's gonna do something to me. I can't. There are just certain things I won't watch. Before I lived by myself. There are certain things I'm not gonna watch movies about kidnappings and young ladies living by themselves. And no, I'm not. There are certain things that I'm gonna guard myself from so that I still have peace of mind at the end of the night when I have to go to sleep or I have to leave my apartment and I don't have to worry about those things. So yes, I'm gonna watch Disney movies and romantic movies all day because there are just certain things I don't want to expose myself to. So Jazz made a very, very great point. Like, you have to be very intentional. I don't watch horror movies either, Sapphire.
Yeah, I don't watch horror movies. I don't watch horror movies because I feel like they're demonic. But we won't touch on that today. We won't touch on that right now.
But the thing is, you have to be we go back to intentional things, what you're doing here. You have to be intentional in every aspect of your life because the little things you don't realize that you're feeding into are the things that are affecting you the most.
He said, if you want a quiet soul, create limits.
Yep.
Create a buffer for your soul. Every day you're going to encounter something on social media. Every day you're going to see something on the news, hear something on the news. We were watching the game the other night, and the game went off and news came on. And literally 4 back-to-back stories in less than 5 minutes were so depressing. I was like, somebody turn this off. I cannot. We can't do this. Because y'all haven't said anything good yet. And then by the time they got to the good story, it was celebrating a birthday of somebody who turned 101. Exactly. Why is that the only good? Do you know how many people are starting businesses? Plug, the Will You Network event is this Friday, 6 to 9 p.m. If you haven't registered, you can still register. I will drop it in the chat as soon as we move to the next point. But there are young people that are creating businesses. There are young people. A 14-year-old recently graduated from college. Like, these are things that we can report on. Why are we always harping on the bad stuff? It makes us look over our shoulder. It makes us scared to even breathe, step outside or walk the dog. Like, you really, really, really have to be cognizant of what you're watching, what you're willing to take in and let settle into your spirit, man. It's a real thing.
Okay, just one more thing, and then we're gonna get off of this. But it's so good. It's what we're watching. It's all of that stuff, but it's also the environments that we place ourselves in. It's go back to relational intelligence with Dharius Daniels. It's your relationships. It's it's a lot that feeds our soul and goes into the health of our soul. And so if I'm asking you, how's your soul, but your relationships are draining you, or there's negative people, or you're going into places and spaces that don't feed you, that all of that matters. So you have to be very intentional about, of course, what you're watching, but who you're surrounding yourself with. That is, I can't even tell you how important it is to be very, very intentional about your tribe and your circle. I mean, that's probably a whole nother. We probably should do a wheel talk on
Yeah,
relationships.
that's
But
true.
I think that's something that to round out that part of this book is be very careful what you're doing and feeding your soul,
Mm-hmm.
because it can impact you short term, long term, and then you be at somebody's burnout or fear, living in a state of fear and anxiety, which I
Mm-hmm.
think he brings up in another chapter. So the next one is an effective chapter 7, an effective life. So this one I just had, it kind of started with questions like what kind of soul do we want to have? Like to
Mm-hmm.
live an effective life, what kind of soul do you want to have? What do you want your life to look like? That makes you think about how effective like your life really is right now. So what kind of soul do I want to have? What type of life what do I want my life to look like? When I come to the end of my life, what are the words that I want people to say about me? Do I want them to say that I was always busy? I never had time. I was all
Mm-hmm.
about just business. I didn't take time to smell the roses. But what am I gonna say? Did I invest in people in my relationships, or am I just a surface? Like, what is it that I want? What impact do I want to leave for my life?
Mm-hmm.
So he says it insinuates that life is a destination, that life is about arriving, and more specifically, that life is about arriving at a profession, a job title, and a career. So I wanted to bring that up because we think that having an effective life or having success is solely based on our accomplishments.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in a very accomplishment stage in my life. I think that I need to check a couple boxes and then I'm gonna be like, whew, I did it. Life is great. But then when I look back, like, and I think about it, I want people to say, man, she worked really hard in her 30s.
Mm-hmm.
Like what is it? Shattered that glass ceiling. She did
Yep.
all of these things. But did I live? Did I go on the trips with my friends? Did I do the vacations? Did I make sure I made quality time? Like, am I being effective or am I just trying to check more boxes and get to the end goal?
Mm-hmm. He says an effective life cannot be quantified by how long you live, how many digits are in your bank account, or how many people follow you on social media. Now, contrary to popular belief, this is an accurate statement, guys. And I know that part, the social media part, may not necessarily apply to some of you watching here. You may decide that you want to put that in the category of Gen Z, but the reality is a lot of people your age, our peers, are driven by who liked their stuff on social media, who didn't like their stuff on social media, and they make decisions based off of social media regularly. You would be surprised. He said those things do not measure or define a person's life. An effective life has to do with the position and condition of your soul. So, to Raina's point, if you're overworking and you didn't take those trips with friends, and you didn't just stop to smell the roses, for lack of a better analogy, because I don't think roses smell like anything. How was your soul at the end of the day? You worked so hard. You accomplished everything. You got all the degrees. More, my daddy used to say, more degrees than the thermometer. You got all of them. You did it. But your soul is completely shattered. You're always stressed out. You suffer with anxiety. Some of you may suffer with depression. It's a real thing. Maybe you should just pump the brakes for a second and really consider, okay, what am I doing? Why am I depressed? Dr. Anita made another point. I love her. She said depression doesn't always look like sadness.
Wow.
And sometimes I have found myself like, okay, this is too different. Like, anybody who knows me, I'm extremely meticulous. My kitchen counter is going to be immaculate. Okay? Ain't nothing on the kitchen counter. Don't throw the mail on the kitchen counter. Put it somewhere else. And there was one time, at the time Jabari and I were just dating, I had stuff all over my counter. Like, I think Raina even walked in like, oh, hey, you okay? Like, my house was in shambles, y'all. Like, to the outside person looking in, it wasn't that bad. But to those who knew me, and so I had to stop for a second and quiet my soul and say, okay, what's wrong? Let me get to the root of it, because I'm not myself. This is not me. As small as it is, this is not me.
Mm-hmm.
Let me figure this out. So, even not just paying attention to depression signs in other people, pay attention to them for yourself.
Yeah.
Because you could start sinking and you don't even know it.
Mm-hmm. And it looks different for everybody, y'all. Like, y'all might not have the big clues like Jazz knows herself. Like, that's one thing I know about Jazz. She knows herself, and she can check herself and be like, and literally this is how she'll do it. She'll be like, that's not me. Mm-hmm. Something ain't right. I just need a moment. I can't talk. I just need a few hours or a day to myself. And it took life, it took experiences, it took life to get there, but she knows how to check that. Me, on the other hand, I think I'm gonna just be moody, but the signs are there that something is wrong. But I am not great, transparent moment, at acknowledging my own feelings. Mm-hmm. I am very much so, let me just gloss over it because I'll feel better if I just do something else. If I don't address it, it's fine. If I just keep moving, that's how I operate. But I get to a point where my soul then suffers and I am at a deficit, and I might be boohoo crying for like 3 weeks. And I don't, and my friends will see me and be like, what's wrong? And I'll be like, nothing. I don't know. I'm fine. Like, I'm just in a mood. But in reality, everything in me is suffering. Mm-hmm. Everything is just not okay. So, one, it's good to be able to recognize it yourself. I can't wait to really get to that point in my life when I can do it. But it's great to also have friends and relationships around you where they can also call attention to, hey, you just skimming by life right now. Like, you're just maintaining.
Well, I wanna touch on two things, because we're not going to minimize the fact that you don't recognize it. You recognize it, you ignore it.
That's true. That is true.
And you try to push past it because it's just a moment. Mm-hmm. I do that. I'll push past it. Like, no, let me just keep going, because once I finish this, then I'll deal with this. Yes. And then you end up with a messy kitchen counter, and it's like, okay, I went too far. I went too far now. Like, here we are weeks later, and the same mail is sitting here with added receipts on top of it. Like, I've gone too far. Yeah. So I don't think it's that you don't recognize it. And that's for anybody who may be listening, may be in the same position Raina is in, or myself for that matter. I'll check it faster. Yeah. You'll keep pushing. But somebody else put in here, says, yes, you have to pay attention to signs because they're very subtle and do not look like how the commercials show them. Y'all, I hate them depressing commercials. Mm-hmm. Depression does not look like that for everybody. I'm not always tucked off in a window looking outside at the rain hit the window pane. That is not real. Okay? A lot of times I'm down laughing with my friends and family. Kikiing. I'll get quiet for a minute, may disappear, and then I'll come back, or maybe I won't. It doesn't look the same for everybody. Y'all really if you've never dealt with any type of depression, I've never been clinically diagnosed, but I do have a psych degree, and I do know what the signs are for someone kind of trickling into a depressive state. It's a little more than sadness. Your lifestyle starts to change. You start doing things out of the ordinary. Like, it's different. But I don't know. I don't want to get into depression.
Well, in the months to come, y'all, stay tuned, because we will talk about mental health. Mental health is huge.
Yes, mental health. Yes.
Small and large scale. We'll hit it all, because everybody is in a different place. But your mental health is also tied to your soul. Mm-hmm. And so all of this is connected. Your relationships, your soul, your mental health. We're going to hit everything. I am functioning, working, dealing with everything. Because just Ladybug, sorry, I don't know your name. But you did I'm just having a day. That is probably one of my most, no, I'm just having a day. What's wrong? I'm just having a day. But what is behind that? I'm just having a day. What is the root of that? So another mental health, another conversation. We can have a million conversations, but you know. Okay, do we want to finish?
Say, and I think you touched on it. He does say, because we can move to the next chapter, a surrounded life. And this touches on surrounding yourself with people who will be honest with you, empathetic enough to not attack you, but people who will still say, hey, you're not okay. So let's deal with it.
Yeah.
What does that look like? How can I help? Can I help? If I can't help, okay, I respect that boundary. I just know I can pray. I can do that on my own. I don't need your permission for that. I don't need your permission for that. But having that group of friends, and that's why I kept saying this book and the last book are so connected. It's scary. And mind you, I read these years ago, completely separate from each other. And I even picked them separate from each other, not even realizing that they would line up like this and then line up also with what Bishop preached about bruised love. So it's all falling into place. I think it's just a time and a season for us to really, really work on ourselves, stop pointing the finger at others and what they need to fix about them. Let's work on ourselves first, and then maybe they won't have nothing to fix.
Yeah. And just shameless plug, y'all. If you don't have a friend group, not a shameless plug, but this is just a word of advice. If you don't have a solid friend group that you feel like you can talk to, therapy, there's nothing wrong with therapy. I love my therapist. That is an unbiased, safe place. And the Potter's House has a whole therapy counseling department. So
a whole counseling department, an entire counseling department. Visit thepottershouse.org, I believe /counseling. And you can set an appointment.
Because it's necessary in the times that we live in protecting our souls. Sometimes you do need an unbiased opinion, a professional opinion on how to deal with what's going on in life. So once again, mental health is a whole nother month. We got a whole book around it, but we just want to make sure everybody is healthy and we make sure y'all got the resources to be healthy. Okay, do we want to hit one more chapter? Because we told y'all we not spoofy.
Yeah, we not scooting through this whole book, but we low-key did, and that's okay. Ray, what chapter you want to end with?
I don't know. I feel like we should do New You. I feel like because we are in this season of rebuilding our relationships or defining relationships, figuring out our soul, or should we do Inside Job? Oof, that's a tough one. Maybe New You. I'm gonna let y'all finish out this book on y'all own. So we're gonna go New You, which is chapter 8. And I highlighted something closer to the end of the chapter that because we've been on for a little while. So it says, through Jesus, our souls are made new. We are redefined and reborn. God has solved the problem of sin and given us all we need to have healthy soul identities. We have our identity set firmly in Jesus, the source and definition of who we really are. We have a Savior who is superior to all authority and power and declares that we are blessed and approved. We have a salvation that is great, that is complete, final, and free. This is my favorite. We have a community of Jesus followers where we belong, even if we don't believe or behave exactly right. And the Wheel is a community. You know, that was my favorite one because I'm huge on community right now.
The Wheel is definitely a community.
But the idea is everything that we need as we're redefining and figuring out how our soul is connected to Jesus. Everything that we need for a healthy soul. And it's not going to be easy. I'm not going to say that just go to Jesus and all your problems are going to be solved overnight and your soul is going to be healthy. That's not what I'm saying. But have y'all ever just really read the Bible? Jazz and I laugh about this a lot.
The Bible it's good.
It's a good little soap opera.
It's a great soap opera.
It got some lessons in there. And God, Jesus is a little petty. God is petty. Like, you know, it's just pettiness all throughout the thing.
Well, I feel like if we're petty, we are made in his image and his likeness. So I feel like he imparted a piece of that. Like, who just walk into a temple and get mad and just start flipping tables. Like, I don't know what y'all doing in here. Like, I'm sick of this. Y'all not doing this right. Y'all have destroyed what this church is supposed to be about. Like, that was God. Like,
Yes.
so I think sometimes our anger and frustrations are warranted. However, what's not warranted is for it to linger and fester.
Yeah.
Because that's how you damage your soul.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, that was a great ending. I'm not gonna.
Was that a wrap up?
Great. But I was gonna say, you guys. Wrap this up. I mean, I didn't know you had something to say, but I mean, when I tell you how you ended that was like another mic drop.
Mic drop. No, not mic drop. Bishop told us don't drop
the mic. That was a great walk away.
Great walk away. No, seriously, guys, we want the best, not just for ourselves, but for others. I think we are in a season. It was funny. My mom came over the other day. I could give this little story. So, guys, my security alarm, I got an alert in church yesterday that there was glass broken in my house, right? For break-in. And when I saw the alert in the app come up, then immediately they were calling me. So I ran out of church and I answered the phone. They're like, hey, we reported a break-in. We see glass broke, such and such. Do you want us to dispatch the police? Yeah. Like, I'm not at home. I'm at church. Like, yes, send the police. So I'm running out of church, trying to make sure that my job is done. Because, I work with Pastor Joel and Elder April. So I had to make sure that they were good for the post show. And then I'm running out. I'm not going to tell y'all how fast I was driving, but I was driving real fast to get home. And I text my friends. I text my tribe. We have a group text. I'm like, y'all, it's been a break-in at the house. Now, mind you, they've been helping unpack the house. So they feel like this their house, right?
It is our house.
Uh-oh. Did my internet just go out on Facebook?
No, you're good. You're still there.
I'm still on there?
No, you might be froze.
I think I'm good. No, keep going out.
Oh, no. Okay, you're back.
Okay. I'm going to keep telling the story because Instagram can hear me. All right. So I text my group of friends. I'm like, y'all, it's been a break-in at the house. I'm leaving church, whatever. So that might have not been the best idea because most of them go to the Potter's house as well. Okay. And so the next thing I knew, everybody's like, on the way. I'm following you. Don't go. I'm right behind you. I'm pulling up. All this stuff. And my mom, live near each other. And my mom gets out the car in a hurry. And then she looks at me. She says, this is a whole new crew for you. She said, there's only one constant right now. She said, but this is the crew that you need in this next season of your life. And I had to stop and think about it because we've been talking, Brandon, do not cry. We've been talking about, y'all see her? She is a crybaby. We've been talking about how the tribe has affected each of us, everyone in the tribe. And I think, when we celebrated the Super Bowl, some of them stayed up super, super late just talking. Like, it just felt good to be able to have people that love, you don't have to talk to every day, but they're there. And when I turned around, it felt so good to know, we was all in. This was preaching, okay? It was hot. And they all was like, no, we gotta go. Like, they picked up into the house. Mainly because they knew I would be crazy enough to just walk up in the house. But like, before I could even, get out my car good, it's cars piling up behind me. And so when you talk about making sure your tribe is there, making sure you surround yourself with great people who tell you about yourself, people who will help protect you, I think it's underrated.
Mm.
in our generation, because we are a generation of I don't need no friends. My man is my friend and all this kind of stuff. Let me tell you something. I love my fiance, but he is not the only person I want to talk to all the time. Not okay. We need other really, Anthony.
Really,
We
Anthony.
need other friends. We need a community. And if you do not have a community, I wholeheartedly urge you and encourage you to come to the wheel. Now we don't foster. I don't like that my internet keeps going out for Facebook and YouTube, because y'all need to hear this too. we don't facilitate the conversation on, but we give you the space to develop those relationships and friendships to facilitate those conversations. So y'all can build relationships with people. You meet people at service. We have a networking event. It's having trouble on the Wi-Fi. We're having a networking event this Friday from 6 to 9. It's not just networking to make money and bring in. Yes, that is the goal of networking. However, it's also the community. I have the list of everyone who's registered right now. And all that are registered, only half of them actually have a business.
Mm.
Which means y'all are coming to not just network on a business side, but network and build relationships.
Yeah.
And that's really what the wheel is about. So while you're reading, if you read, or you just jump on these conversations to just get a little insight, that's fine too. But we really, really encourage you to find your tribe. And if you need the wheel to help you find your tribe, by all means, join us this Friday and Sunday at 5 p.m. January service, Friday night. I'm seeing comments. I don't know if Facebook going out for me. I'm so sorry, y'all.
I think they are. They're still.
You said I'm still up there?
Yeah, you're up there. It's not frozen right now.
That's why I love the wheel. Yes, Sapphire. Listen,
Sapphire.
It's critical. Like there are people I've talked to at the wheel that I probably normally wouldn't see on a regular Sunday. Just because I'm always moving and working, Sundays are work days for me. So I really, really enjoy being at the wheel, and I'm grateful to our Bishop, one, for even letting the wheel be a thing. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's number one. And then number two, for Pastor Joel pushing community and forcing community, for lack of a better term, down our throats, because it's essential. It really, really is essential. And the last two books we read are sign and signature of that. And we really, really hope that you jump on. We'll post it in our stories, Instagram and Facebook stories, the book list. I usually only email it out at the top of every month when it's time to read the next book. But we'll post it in our stories just in case you're not on our email list, which you should be. You can do that by going to solo.2/the wheel at TPH. Solo.2/the wheel at TPH. You'll see all of our signups. Everything you need about the wheel is at solo.2/the wheel at TPH. Pray that I get off work, please.
Oh, is that for ILS?
ILS, yes. Please. Now we gonna be moving, Sapphire. So you're gonna have to move fast, okay? We probably won't be able to stop for long, but please, if you see us, stop us, because we will be there. We'll be in the building. We want to meet you as well. Everybody else on, we love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. We start our new book on Wednesday, which I posted it in the comments over here on Facebook and Insta. Facebook and YouTube. Let's see. Next book. Oh, look at this. They just, it's called Set Boundaries, Find Peace, A Guide to Reclaiming Yourself by Nedra Glover Tawwab. I must have been in the Holy Ghost when I picked these books. My Holy Ghost work most of the time. Okay. So I need y'all to jump on the wagon for the wheel. I need y'all to jump on the wheel. Okay. sign up for the book club, sign up for the Will You event that's happening this Friday. Come to service on Sunday. Join us on Wednesday mornings for prayer at 6 a.m. with Anthony Olds and Elder Jamise Washington. We need you, and you need us. And we are here to build community together. We're so excited. Raina, you have anything? I know I keep giving mic drop. I'm sorry.
You know, at this point, we love y'all.
Y'all know who my bishop is. I get it from my bishop, okay? My bishop is mic drop king, all right?
It's the head shake. It's the bishop head shake for me.
No, we love y'all.
Last thing, y'all don't have our app. The schedule. Tell them, what is it?
Yes, that's on solo.2. Okay, I'm gonna type it in here. Solo.2 / the wheel at TPH. That link I'm putting in the comments is where you can literally find everything.
Yes. Now we do need to put a disclaimer that scheduled items are subject to change.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Scheduled items are subject to change. Now, guys, we're doing more this year in the first 30 plus 28, 58 days of the year. 59 was 31 days in January. The first 59 days of this year, we've done more than we did all 365 days last year. So we need you guys to have a little grace if things get shifted around, moved around. This is our team, our leadership team. Some of them are staff for the Potter's House, but not necessarily staff for the Wheel. And a lot of them are volunteers. So life happens. I think the last time Raina and I went live, we went live in my empty apartment because I was moving. Things happen, and they don't always, we can't always stick to the extracurriculars. Mm-hmm. Now, we try our level best, okay? Mm-hmm. But sometimes things get moved. We've never done a conversation on a Monday night. They're Fridays or Saturdays. But Friday and Saturday didn't work for both of us, and so we had to adjust. That's why we just ask y'all to adjust with us. Okay? Show some grace. Y'all don't have to DM us and be nasty. I thought y'all was going to do this. We trying, y'all. We trying. Okay? We trying. We love y'all, though. And we're going to keep trying. We're going to try to execute everything. But just keep in mind, the last 59 days has been a trying 59 days. We had a whole plan set out. Life happened. Raina unexpectedly lost a parent. I unexpectedly discovered that I was grieving the passing of my dad from 2 years ago in a different way. Mm-hmm. We have other team members who've gone through things that were unexpected. Life is full of unexpectancies. And so we just need y'all to show a little grace. If something get moved around, canceled, or don't happen the way, y'all think it should happen. We try to beat y'all to the punch and just take it off the calendar for y'all even see it. Okay. We be trying to beat y'all like, oh, we can't do it. We take it down. But we're trying to stick to the schedule. Just be gracious. Okay. With us. Things are subject to change. I think that was it. Those are all our church announcements. Loving yourselves accordingly. All right.
All hearts and minds clear.
All hearts and minds.
Oh, we did not open it up for questions, but we're gonna give y'all 1 minute to type any questions y'all might have.
Who got a question? You see the question come?
I feel like usually we ask, but we didn't even give y'all question time to ask.
Questions, comments, concerns.
60 seconds, y'all. And my watch is moving fast.
They call me beautiful G. Why are you laughing at us? What we do?
I feel like we've been making her laugh this whole time.
I feel like we have too. Those words.
Wi-Fi been laughing at us.
My Wi-Fi back up on Facebook and YouTube. I'm sorry, y'all missed my other soliloquy, but y'all are more than welcome to go back and watch it later.
All right, we got 10 seconds, y'all. I mean, I appreciate no questions. We'll take it, but
we love you too, Sapphire girl. We love you
too. Oh yeah, 9, 8.
Oh, somebody asked how many people are registered for the Wheel event. So the last set of numbers that I got, and that was last week, was 50. Our goal was 50. So we reached our goal. However, registration is still open. So you are more than welcome to still register. Okay? Yes. We're super, super excited. And I'm just excited that I saw people in there that didn't even have a business and they're still coming. So I love that.
It's all about the connection.
The connection. Yes. That's
Why
what
do we both do that?
Hey y'all, we get sleepy. I just want to point out Raina trying to be like me with the wallpaper. JK. I'm trying to be like her. She had this wallpaper in her old apartment, and I made her send me the Amazon link to get it for myself.
I will say I do love y'all. I love her bookshelf. Like next time I feel like my bookshelf is in the corner, and now I feel like maybe I should put a plant.
She's right behind me. You see?
Oh, look, I'm in that picture.
We was skinty.
Ooh, I need to hit the gym in the morning.
Y'all, we getting off here because we about to start acting silly.
We sleepy.
We love y'all, and we will see you this weekend at All Will Events. Love you.
That heart is perfect.
Right?
Okay.